Hey, I'm David with Bolivar Live, and I'm here with Landon with Prestige Custom Builders like we are every week. We're winding down the end of the year. A lot of the vacation rentals are open because really we're through Thanksgiving now. We've got 1 week between Christmas and New Year's we're busy, but a lot of people are doing remodels, and you and I have talked about remodels. And when you came in today, you said, man, I've been busy with remodeling.
Yeah.
And when I asked you, was it complete? And you said, no, it's mainly
it's a lot of it right now is just subfloors. We had the storm come through, Hurricane Beryl came through, kind of gave some windblown rain into some of the houses. People kind of noticed that they had more of an issue, and we're seeing, as we're pulling these floors up, we're seeing more issues than what they originally knew.
It wasn't just that might have emphasized it.
That brought it to their
problem.
That brought it to light, but it is a problem before, and a lot of it comes back down to insulation. That is becoming one. I looked at one this morning, and it was even back in Finette, and they had done things differently than what we do them. Not to say that we do. You have to do it our way, but the issue comes from the way it was done and the way that it was insulated. And it's one of those things of some of those houses down here that we're seeing as we're taking up these subfloors and putting down new subfloors, they're done the exact same way. And so that leads me to believe that the same issues are coming from the same problems. So we're seeing it, we're fixing it, we're trying to remedy it the way that we do things. And a lot of people are jumping on board with that. Some people want to go back with exactly what they had before. Going to happen again, but we're going to use the best materials we can to make sure it doesn't.
When you say it's insulation, is it, in Texas, especially down here, I've heard and that homes need to breathe a little bit because of the humidity we have. Is that true, or is it too much insulation, not enough insulation?
Type of insulation more than anything. Gravity wins. These houses are elevated. Gravity, insulation is going to sag out of the bottom of the house.
Right.
So a lot of these houses that have bad insulation
on the floor,
underneath the floor, that insulation, when we go and we find it, it is actually separated from the subfloor. So there's an air gap in between the two.
Okay.
And that's where moisture is going to form because the AC is going to continue to pull the hot air, and it's going to create condensation on the bottom of the floor, which then in turn creates rot. And you've got issues like that. So that's why we do the closed cell spray foam. We want to seal all that up. We want the insulation to stay right on the subfloor and give it the moisture barrier that it needs right there. Different theories, different thoughts about the whole breathing, non-breathing, different ways to breathe. I don't want to breathe through the floor that's where moisture's coming up through. You want to breathe through the walls, you want to breathe through the attic. We give adequate ways to do that. We talk about the sheathing stuff that we do on the outside of the house to prevent water from coming in. So we just like to seal it off from the bottom.
Does it matter the type of floor versus if you have carpet versus vinyl versus wood plank? Is the flooring itself do anything?
So, they have the LVP, the vinyl laminate, and it is waterproof, but that doesn't mean that water can't get underneath it. That just means that the material's not going to decay with water.
Okay.
That's what that means. Some of the older houses have carpet in them. Carpet's going to absorb because it has a pad underneath it, so it's going to have a little bit of absorption there. If something were to spill, you might not know it as quickly or something like that. But a lot of this is coming straight up from the bottom of the house. Okay. It doesn't have to do with the flooring aspect of it as much as
the humidity.
It's the humidity rising back through because the insulation has separated itself from the subfloor. So that's where it becomes an issue. It's one of those deals of, like I said, we're on house number 5 right now of subfloors, and we just looked at one this morning. So it's one of those deals of, it's something to keep an eye on. You start finding those soft spots in the floor.
That's what I was going to say. Look for soft spots where when you step on it, you sort of go down a little bit.
And that's typically what you're going to have is it's going to be in between joists. And when you step on it, it's the subfloor kind of giving way and having a little bit of a spongy feel to it.
When you do that, are they going back? So you tear the old floor out and put the new floor in, and then you have to take that bottom, if the bottom's sealed up, you take all that out, and then you're putting closed cell foam in it where it sticks and stays to the floor joist and the subfloor.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that's the way to combat that problem.
Great.
To make sure that we don't have any. Gravity's always going to win. I mean, it's always going to fall, no matter how much it gets tucked. And I had conversations with different insurance adjusters and different things like that, and they're trying to tell me, oh, well, you should do it like this. And then it's like I tell them, I said, look, gravity's going to win out. It's going to end up falling, and when it does, you're going to end up creating the same problem. Like, you fix it and fix it right the first time.
Yeah, great. Well, if people want you to come over, and because you'll come over and look at their floor and tell them what you think. If people want to come over and get information from you and have you look at their floor, what's the best way to get hold of you?
Give me a call, 409-313-3383, or go to our website. We've got a submittal form there. That'll hit onto our email address. My wife will probably give you a call at that point to set up an appointment, and then we'll come take a look at it. It's one of those things during the day right now, it's really busy. We've got houses going on, remodels going on, houses we're trying to start. So a lot of times it's hard to catch that phone call but you can send us a text message or an email and we'll get back to you.
Great. Well, you know, we do this show once a week and we're always talking about building on Bolivar. Sometimes we're showing a home that he's got under construction, but a lot of times we're in the studio, especially this time of year, getting a little cool out. We've got some rain coming.
I got a jacket. You got on shorts.
I turned the heater on because I'm in here all day. So, but we're going to head on out. Landon, thanks for joining us today. We'll be back next week with another show with Prestige Custom Home Builders here on Bolivar Peninsula. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.